this E-Flite Trojan T-28 1.1 meter has to be one of the nicest and kind of easiest warbirds to fly. It's a really simple model. It doesn't feature any flaps or retracts, but it does feature the stuff that is actually important. So it's got a good motor inside. It's 3 and 4S compatible. It does have AS3X and safe and a programmable receiver inside, and also a smart ESC to give telemetry back to your TX. So I've flown this one many times, and one of the first rounds I actually did fly this one. I had a close encounter with a pole, so I just flew it straight into the pole, and this plane just, you know, there were just parts flying all over the place. And when I saw this crash, I just imagined this could never ever fly again. But the only thing I had to purchase was actually this plastic cowl part. And apart from that, even the prop did actually work. So with a bit of hot glue, I did actually manage to get this one together again. It's not really pretty looking anymore, but it doesn't matter. And it's a really nice flying arms airplane. So it is easy to assemble this one, but E-Flite, they've included some tape to actually hold this rear stabilizer. But if you do like me, you disassemble your RC airplane sometimes, the paint does actually come loose when you remove the tape. So instead of having to do this every time, I did actually drill a few holes in this plastic piece on both sides, and I put in some screws. So doing this, I actually can remove this rear stabilizer without scraping any paint. Of course, I only done this, but this is a good tip. If you purchase this one, do drill a few holes and put in some screws, and you won't have to use the tape, and you can actually remove this stabilizer. So I think this flies great, and it's fun to fly also. So let's go outside and just watch a 4S flight on this lovely T-28 1.1 meter warbird. Today I'm going to push this E-Flite Trojan T-28, so let's just get it up in the air. It's a really agile RC airplane, this Trojan. I do have a bit of a imbalance in the prop or prop adapter, so that's why it's actually roaring a bit, which I have to investigate. But I mean, it just flies great, this one. And this is a perfect day to actually film an RC airplane with when you have kind of a mixed heaven with clouds and blue in between. And visibility is just excellent during these conditions. And I'm not really pushing 100% throttle. I think I am somewhere around 80–90%. And I set the timer for 7 minutes. I know that this one can keep on flying even longer on a 2.2 amp battery, but after 7 minutes flight I'm quite satisfied, so that's why I'm just setting it to 7 minutes. During the first flights, I did actually increased elevator authority by moving to the more inner holes on the servo horn, but I did actually reduce throw because I think it's a much more it becomes easier to fly if I don't have too much elevator authority, and I actually honestly don't need anything more, so it was a little bit over control when I move it to the inner hole. So a 1.1 or 1.2 meter RC airplane, it's a really nice size. Inverted flying with some push on the elevator is really easy. And I really like this plane because it's so uncomplicated. I don't have to worry about retracting landing gears or flaps or anything. It also looks really amazing, this yellow paint on this RC airplane. It's really visible also. So just for some fun, relaxing, speedy, agile flying, that's what this Trojan T-28 is all about. And it does also glide really nice. Even without flaps, it does slow down nice. It doesn't have any worrying tip stall tendency to it. It's a really lightweight RC airplane. So this kind of tight turns, bit of a nose up attitude, just tells me that this plane really doesn't want to stall. Of course you can, but just as long as you keep some speed up, you're fine actually. So it's time just to get it down, and the landing gears are robust. I would say to actually absorb some bounce, but let's make it smooth. Yeah, it was okay. So I mean, that's a really fun and agile and easy and simple RC airplane, this E-Flite Trojan T-28.